All right, welcome students. As you're coming in, I want you to be checking your audio to make sure that your sound is working. And I'm going to play a short video for you to watch while we get started.
From September 15th through October 15th every year, our nation explicitly recognizes and celebrates the many contributions, diverse cultures, and extensive histories of the Hispanic community. I'm honored to have this opportunity to launch Dallas ISD's 2021 Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations. This year's theme is Esperanza, a celebration of Hispanic heritage and hope. Departments across Dallas ISD have partnered with the Racial Equity Office to provide a number of opportunities to help students learn about history while celebrating its significance. It's our hope that everyone will participate, and we're providing a variety of ways, including a virtual book festival with Hispanic authors leading interactive discussions, weekly webinars with Hispanic professionals answering questions about their careers, video interviews and stories featuring Hispanic students and staff members from around the district, and a special Peruvian lunch menu offered at each campus as part of Dallas ISD's first International Food and Culture Day. I encourage each of you to join in as we show recognition and support for all of the contributions Hispanics have made in the past and will continue to make in the future.
All right, so welcome to our career webinar for part of Hispanic Heritage Month. We're so glad that you're here. We are going to turn things over to Damaris right now for a short presentation about our interpretation function.
Buenas tardes, estudiantes. Si deseas escuchar esta presentación en español, puedes seleccionar la opción en español en la parte inferior derecha de la pantalla, El Mundo. Si por algún motivo no escuchas al intérprete, regresa al inglés y vuelve a intentar la opción en español. Si aún no funciona, a favor de avisarnos en el chat. Gracias.
Thank you, Damaris. All right, so I am so glad that you guys are here today. I just want to go over a few things before we get started. We have a few webinar functions that we want you to know about. Your microphones have been turned off, and so you're on mute. You won't be able to use those. The chat feature has also been turned off, and your video has been turned off. And so we're just going to be listening to and seeing our panelists today. As soon as we get started, you are welcome to start sending in questions for the panelists using the Q&A button that's down at the bottom. And those will come to me, and then I'll be able to ask them the questions that you have. We have the interpretation function turned on, and if you would like to listen in Spanish. And we are going to have door prizes at the end for the classes that registered on time. And for other people who fill out the survey at the end of the webinar, you will also be able to win an exciting prize. So big things in store for you guys today. All right, so as a welcome, we would like to welcome our two guests from Fossil Group. We have Ada, she's on the left of your screen, I think, yes. And this is such an exciting thing, you guys. Ada actually graduated from Dallas ISD. She went to Spruce High School, and so she's like coming home to visit us. But let's see. We have here. All right, so Ada works for Fossil Group in their benefits department, and she is here with Iliana, who also works in the benefits department, and we're going to have them explain a little bit about what they do in more school language, because their titles are very impressive, but don't really explain to us very much what they do every day. So would you like to start, Ada?
Yeah, I can start. So we work in the same department, and benefits is part of the human resources department. So it's the HR department, and everyone relates HR to the group that hires and fires. And that's not at all what we do. So there's a lot of functions within the HR department, and one of them is benefits. And so our main function is that we create programs, or we find programs that help employees. So either with like medical, dental, vision, that's what everyone relates it to, your health insurance, but also benefit programs that tie directly to someone's, personal well-being. So if you're having a baby, or if you have a medical need and you need time away from work, we create programs that help employees facilitate that. Is there anything else that you would add?
No, I think it's like, as Ada mentioned, it's just being sure that our employees have exactly what they need to perform, that we are taking care of their needs directly to them and their families, so they can be at their best at work. So all their benefits, all the programs that are made directly to wellness.
And you help employees around the world. Fossil has employees everywhere, not just here in Dallas.
Correct. We have employees in the EMEA, in Europe. We have employees in Asia. We have employees here in the States. We have employees in Mexico, in Canada, all over.
All over, yeah.
Yeah, so your department is kind of fun because you reach each of those groups. You don't work just in marketing where you just talk with the marketing people, or in design. You get to be a part of the whole company.
Correct. So we interact with people and employees in all different countries, and the needs are, some of them are similar, some of them are completely different based on where they are. So we work in the team to be sure that they have what they need, that we are taking care of their benefits and their well-being, financial. I'm in charge of travel, so they need to travel too. So we have like a different departments under the same umbrella.
Yeah, that's so neat. I love that. I think it's fun to be able to work with everybody in the company. Yeah. Okay, so I have some questions for you guys. I'm going to start with you, Iliana. What, I know that you moved here to work for Fossil from Mexico City, right? Yeah. What was that like a big risk for you? Did you feel like coming here, or do you think that was like, how big of a risk was it for you to do that?
That's a good question, Sarah. It was a big change. I had my career in Mexico. I was working for different companies in Mexico when I was there, and I got married in Mexico, and my husband is from Colorado. So he was working in Mexico for a few years. We met there, we got married there, and we have twin girls there.
Oh.
So when I had my girls, he was like, it's time I want to go back to the States. And for me, I thought that it was not gonna be a big change. So I said, yeah, sure, fine. So we moved here when my girls were like a few months old. I think they were like 9 or 10 months old. And it was a big change, of course, because we have no family here, no friends. And I needed to start from zero again, like my career. So it was a big change, but I think I can say now, like a happy change. And my girls both speak English and Spanish. So I speak Spanish at home. My husband is fluent in Spanish too. So I have like a really good group of friends. I love my job, my team. So I think now that I see it after close to 18 years, it was a good decision.
Yeah, 18 years is a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah. So are your girls still here in Dallas?
Yes, my girls now, they're in college. They are 19 years old. So they are in college now. So we are back to just me and my husband.
There we go. Yeah. And Ada, you just started growing your family, right? You have one little girl.
I have a little boy.
Oh, a little boy. Okay. Yes. And he's 2.
He's 2 years old. And so, yeah, learning how to be a parent is my new quest. And so 2 years in the making, and hopefully I'm doing a great job at it.
Yeah. You just have to keep learning. Yes. Yeah. Every day will be different. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, Ada, what did you think would be the best advice, and what ended up being the best advice that someone gave you when you were trying to decide what you wanted to do with your career?
The best advice, I feel, I've been working alongside Iliana for a long time. So I've heard this before, and I know it's not original advice, but it's very true when you start, and also as you pursue your career, is to not underestimate yourself. So don't sell yourself short. Being a woman and or a minority, you always second guess, your achievements, your accomplishments, where you come from. And so, learning that from her, I mean, I've heard it before, but learning that and, sticking to that in your mind, like, don't underestimate yourself. Always know what your worth is. Know that, you've lived your life, you've made all these achievements, and they're good enough. We always seem to say, like, they're just what I've done. It's not a big deal, but it is good enough. And just continue to have that mindset throughout your career. And that's what's gotten me through thus far.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think would make you stand out from other people if you were both applying for the position that you have now? What do you think is like your unique strength?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll ask you as well, Iliana, if you wanted to start thinking about it.
I feel like initially, whenever I first started on the hunt for, after college grad, was probably the experiences that I had prior to starting Fossil. So I always recommend, like, during college years, or even prior, in high school, like, whatever job you go into, either being in retail or small job, big job, internship, always give it your all. You're in there to learn. So gain experiences, meet people, have little wins, big wins, and those, share them and showcase them when you're interviewing. And another thing I did was also plus is being bilingual. So I'm bilingual, so that has really helped. But nonetheless, it's always the experiences that you have. Big or small wins are always good to showcase.
That's good advice. What do you think, Iliana, sets you apart from other people in this role that you have?
As Ada mentioned, like, being bilingual has been very, very beneficial in my career here. And also understanding the cultural part from other countries, being from another country, like how we interact, because we have employees in different countries here, but we have a warehouse close to the corporate office here in Dallas, that we have people from different countries. So just understanding the cultural part of traditions, things that are important, how to reach out to them, it has been very, very helpful. And as Ada mentioned, it's like you keep learning, even if you are in a position where you feel that, okay, you are happy where you are, there's always something that we can learn, and we can learn from each other, regardless of position, regardless of titles, we learn something new every single day. So always keep learning and preparing yourself, and just learn from people that you have around you.
That is really good advice, because there is something that each one of us can teach somebody else. Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, what do you think was your first big, like, win that made you think that this was a career that you wanted to go into?
Okay. I think for me, once I moved from Mexico and I needed to start again from zero, it was a scary moment, right? Of course, like, it's a new country, totally new language. Even if you're in Mexico, you take like English since you are in kindergarten. It's not the same as communicating and having a conversation, and not, of course, not in the professional area. So I think for me, like, starting over, and once I started, I started filing in the filing room 2 days a week when my kids were in the Mother's Day Out program. So just not being scared to start again, right? To start over. And once I started feeling a little more comfortable, they offered me a position as a full-time. I think for me, that was big, because I'm like, okay, it's a new opportunity for me in the company that I really like. So from there, I think that gave me the confidence that I needed, like moving from a different country.
Mm-hmm. And somebody saw something in you. They saw the work that you were doing. Yes. And wanted you to be a part of things. Yeah, that is a really big one. What do you think, Ada?
For me, so in this role too, there's a lot of difficult conversations that you have to have. Sometimes if someone's going through like a medical hardship, And so I remember my first year, so that was very challenging for me. But getting feedback and the response that I got from employees that I would support, it was always full of gratitude, and it was always full of just, thank yous to Fossil and to the team for all of the programs and all the resources that they have in place to help them throughout this difficult journey. And so hearing that feedback from our employees just made me feel that I was in the right role at the right place. And so that's what made me feel like I belonged.
Perfect. So I know that you both said that you thought people should get as much experience as they can, like while they're in school. What is one of the things that you think was the best skill that you learned while you were in school that helps you in your job today?
For me, I remember specifically when I was in high school, I had a great speech teacher. And I remember she would always make us do things that was very scary. And so she would always tell us, like, this is how the real world's going to be. It's going to be scary. You're going to be in front of people. You're going to present. You're going to talk. This is the real world. So you need to get used to being scared. And I feel like that really set it off. Knowing that, okay, I'm going to school. I'm going to have a profession. Like, it's always going to be scary, but it'll be okay. You just have to face the unknown, gain that experience, that knowledge, and everything will be okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of classes here in Dallas ISD like that. We have like the AVID program. I know that those students spend a lot of time learning to do public speaking. Yeah, that's something that we do almost every day at work, isn't it? Yeah. What do you think, Iliana? What was your favorite thing that you learned in school?
Well, I think for me, I have a degree in international relations.
Oh.
So for me, through college, I was learning a lot about different countries, from politics to culture to traditions. And I think that's, for me now, I can apply a lot of those things, like understanding how their cultures do things, traditions, and politics not so much, right? But it's like, how can we interact with people in different countries and different cultures? So at that point, my intention was going to move more into the politics area.
Okay.
But at the end, I can say that I can apply almost every day what I was like, all my classes that I studied when I was in college.
Mm-hmm. What did you study at school, Ada?
I started fashion merchandising and business.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you put those two together then?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty on point. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty fun that you guys both were able to do that. So my other question is kind of about what you just talked about, Iliana, about people's heritages and their traditions and how that impacts just how they work in the workplace. What do you guys feel you bring with you from your cultural heritage? How does that show up at work?
Well, I think for me, or like I can maybe speak a little bit for both, I think everything. Like everything that we do, like who you are and your traditions and your culture and your values, you show them every single day when you are at work or outside or with friends or with your family. I think traditions and values that we were raised with since we were little, and we were passing that to our kids, right? So here at work, it's so funny because we have been implementing a lot of those traditions since we started. Like we do like Rosca de Reyes, like in January, or we celebrate things with everybody in HR, and we bring some traditions to the office. And now they know, and they're expecting the tamales in February, or they're expecting a lot of those things. But I think the traditions and the values, we live with those every single day.
Ada, did you have anything to add?
I agree with Iliana. That was an example that I was going to give as well. It's Iliana brought that tradition many, many years ago, and everyone now with COVID happening and us working remotely most of the time, it hasn't happened in 2 years. but it's been a tradition for many years. So I agree. It's bringing the culture. Like, don't be scared to bring your culture to where you work, to where you're at. It's really good to use yourself as a learning opportunity with everyone else that hasn't been exposed to your culture.
And of course, your Spanish language as well. You guys are bringing that too. You said, yeah, that's pretty handy. Yes. Yeah. So the next question I have is, what impresses you the most when you are hiring someone, when you're interviewing different people? What's something that you feel like our students could bring with them?
Yeah, I am in the process, always in the process. And for me, it's for when someone is authentic. I feel like when the hiring manager is going through the interview process, they probably have a line of candidates that they're interviewing. So it's very, it's very standard, the questions that are asked and the responses that you receive. And what stands out the most is whenever you feel that authenticity of the candidate through the interview process. You end a call and you feel like this person, you've known them for a long time, you feel like the familiarity with them because of their responses. You know that they're being very honest and true in their responses. And that to me is what stands out most from an interviewee.
I think for me, when somebody is eager to learn, right? We all started from with no experience, getting out of college or out of high school, or somebody moving from a different country that you need to start again. So I think when you have somebody in front of you that they want to learn, they want that opportunity to bring and show you and help you with all the knowledge that they have and the big or little experience, but somebody that wants to be part of the team to bring and help the team to be better. And because of course, as we mentioned before, we all learn every single day something new. It's not that none of us are experts in what we're doing every single day. So when you have somebody that wants to learn every day to bring something to the team, that's very important.
Yeah. How do you guys think that your workplace has changed since the COVID pandemic? You said that sometimes you're working at home now.
Yes, it has been changed a lot. We love this company. Is the energy and the collaboration and working with all together. Everybody is a very fun company to work with and be here every single day. I think with COVID, of course, last year we worked from home several months, and we were used to it, to be together and talking and just raising your hand and from cube to cube. Right now we're working at the office 2 or 3 days a week, depending, and we value those hours when we are interacting and we're seeing people. Of course, we have all their measurements in place. We are wearing a mask in all common areas. We are being sure that we're keeping our distance to keep everybody safe around us. But I think it has changing, but we're trying to make it as positive as possible. We do Zoom calls, we chat, we try to reach out to our teams to be sure that everybody is fine, that they have what they need, checking on families, and sometimes even birthdays or anniversaries, we send food to the employee's house or flowers or donuts, or we're trying to make it fun again and don't be sure that we don't lose that interaction with our employees.
Those connections, yeah.
I agree. So everyone knows that our department, we love to eat. And so we have elaborate breakfast spreads or dip parties, and we were known for that. So that was a big change within our team. You can't have that virtually. You can, but it's not the same. And so we do, small treats here and there to mirror what we had before. And it's been working, but that has been the biggest change, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we are going to open things up to the students. We have a few questions, and this first one is interesting. Do you guys know, do you have to have a college degree to work for Fossil?
No, there are specific positions where it's required. very, very specific and technical positions that they need a degree. And for example, in design, they need a degree. In some positions in IT, they don't need they need a degree. In some positions, it's to like they honor the experience that somebody has, specific like experience in the area.
Okay. Someone else asked, what does your day usually look like at work?
Yeah. So every day is different. Pre-COVID, it was mainly supporting employees. So my team directly, we are like the front face of benefits. So we do all the customer service, our employees. So if someone has a question in regards to their benefits, if someone needs time away from work for personal reasons, if we are implementing a new benefit program that we need to market and have training, or just have market via, a video conference call, that's what our day-to-day would look like depending on the time of the year. Post-COVID or during COVID, now we have also, we support all COVID everything. So policies, procedures, safety measures, our team is doing that as well. So we've been very busy because again, like you said, we have employees all over the world. And so we've been helping support them during this time.
All right. Let's see. We have a question from Ms. Harris's class. They would like to know if Fossil hires people with special needs.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. A few years ago, we partnered with, for example, Richardson ISD in a program that they have for people with special needs. And they were like people that like really great students that they came to work with us here at corporate. Some others went to the warehouse and they were working with us for several months. And then the program is that they are in a specific company for 6 months, and then they go to another company to gain more experience, and then they move on. We're very happy that we hire one of the students, and he's working here with us at the cafe, and he is absolutely amazing. So yes, we do.
That's a great program to get those short internships at different companies.
Yes.
That's a really nice plan. Yes. All right. Ms. Badia would like to know do you know how many Hispanics work at Fossil in Dallas? And is that why you use Spanish during your workday? Like, what are you using the Spanish for?
Oh, wow. Well, for example, in my team, we have maybe half of the team. Half of the team is Hispanic employees, and we speak Spanish a lot sometimes. In the warehouse, we will say like about maybe 50%. Maybe. Around 50% of the employees there are Hispanic. We have people employees at the stores too that they speak Spanish. Yeah. We have the office in Mexico. So we have offices in Mexico, in different cities in Mexico, and we have a warehouse there. So we are helping them too. So yes, we speak Spanish a lot.
We have stores in Puerto Rico and in Miami, and they're predominantly Spanish speakers as well.
Yes.
So it's very much needed.
Yeah, I just still think that's so fun that you guys get to talk to people around the world for your job every day. I think that sounds so fun. Yeah. Okay, well, our time has come, but would you like to say anything else to the students before we close up? Any advice that you have or words of wisdom for the youth of America?
Yes. You want to start?
My advice would be just to not be afraid of the unknown. Always stay on the road of learning. And I think that will be very helpful. I remember being younger and starting in my career, even after high school, being scared of the unknown was it was right in my face all the time. Like I've never done that. Can I do that? I'm so scared. I don't know. Second guessing. And I know it's easier said than done. Don't be scared, but there's so many other people that have that same unknown, and it's okay. You know, it's okay to learn. It's okay to keep going. Meet the right people that will help you get to the next place.
Yeah, I think for me, I will give them the advice that I give to Daniel and Valentina, my girls that they are 19, is keep learning. And for them, is I always encourage them to keep speaking in Spanish. They both are fluent in Spanish, but they are even taking Spanish classes in college because they want to be better all the time. So for me, it's like, keep learning. Don't worry if like one grade is not the best grade. You are gonna do better again. There's always a new opportunity to improve every single day. So for me, it will be like, and have fun at the same time. Keep learning, enjoy what you're doing, and just see like it's gonna be positive at the end.
Okay, all right, so there we go. We're gonna keep learning, keep interacting with people to learn from them, and stay positive and keep trying. Yes, I love that because things don't always go as planned. And so it's important to be able to learn how you can move forward in a different area. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for coming, both of you. I really appreciate it. We are so glad to hear from people who are in jobs here in Dallas that hopefully our students can participate in one day. So we are going to close out with a survey we would love for you to fill out. You can use the QR code that's on the screen right now, or I will also put the link inside the chat. And we have some door prize winners. So if you are on this list, we would love for you to email me and we will send you a book that was written by one of the authors that was at our Hispanic Heritage Month book festival last week. So let me put that into the chat before I forget. There's the link to the survey. So these 9 people have already won a book from the authors, but we're going to choose 10 people. The first 10 people who complete the survey, they will also get to win a book. And then next week, we have another career webinar. We have someone coming to us from Mr. Cooper's Mortgage Company, and then someone else coming to us from the company that owns Chuck E. Cheese and Peter Piper Pizza. So it's not Chuck E. Cheese coming, it's just a real person, but exciting nonetheless. And then in 2 weeks, we have employees from Match Group coming to speak to you guys. Match Group owns things like Match.com, Tinder. I think they own 80 different social media companies. So that will be exciting to have them come. And at probably towards the end of next week, we will have these webinars up on our website so that you can watch the recordings if you'd like to. We'll have the recordings of the author event as well. So that is it from us. So again, door prize winners, complete the survey, and you guys are all done for today. So thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.